What is going on? I'm Spencer Tillis.
And I'm Trayvon Miles.
And this is the first ever live edition of the Delmarva Sports Insider. Coming up in just a few minutes in this week's episode. Woodbridge looked to continue to climb up the conference standings, but could they avoid an upset against Milford?
And Bayside North basketball hasn't been the most competitive this year, but Thursday night, two title contenders got together. Queen Anne's and Kent County squaring off.
And the SU men's basketball team was looking for a bounce-back win this afternoon against Southern Virginia. Stay tuned to find out how they did.
Are we live?
We are live right now. This is real.
We are live, Spencer. A lot to get to tonight. We'll start off with a huge rivalry game. Dover hosting Polytech, and what a game it was. Dover would be the ones jumping on Polytech early. Brian Pettit, the only senior on this Dover team, gets the tough floater to go. Dover up 15-7 after one quarter. And Spencer, if there was a Freshman of the Year award, Senators Rook Thomas Hoskins, you'd have a hard time not giving it to him. 14 of his 16 points coming in the first half. Dover up 6 at the break, but in the second half, it all belonged to P-Tech. Gabe Brown to Devon Mallory. Mallory rocking the rim with the one-hand punch. He's feeling it, and later, Polly would break the press, and Mallory would break the Senators back. 1 point in the first half, 16 in the second half. Polly completes the comeback and sweeps Dover for the season series, 53-51, and wow. That's the kind of thing I think about. It's so dangerous with the Panthers. They are so deep on that roster. Mallory, as noted, 1 point in the first half. Gray and Chappelle carried them. When Gray got into some foul trouble late, Chappelle picked up the load on defense, and Mallory carried them in the second half. The Panthers survive another tough one. 5 senior starters opposed to Dover with 1 senior on that whole team, and that is the difference. What's up with Dover in the meanwhile? They've lost 5 of their last 6 games by either 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Dover is officially in trouble. The wheels have fallen off for this team. I mean, they were literally the number 2 in my power rankings for the longest time, but since then, they've dropped, like you said, 5 of their last 6, 7 of their last 9. All of a sudden, they are falling apart. They just can't seem to get anything right, and it is at the worst time of the season right now. They're in trouble. They might not even make the playoffs at this point.
Can't afford it.
Well, we got a couple big other games, a big non-conference game going on, actually, as Delmar played host to Parkside Thursday night. Early on in this one, Dejor Diggs gets the Rams started, coming up with the steal and finds Colin Gaynor, who slams that one home with 2 hands. The Wildcats were down in the second half, but they fight back. KJ Trader right here, the strong drive, and gets the little finger roll lay-in to go for 2. And then a few plays later, Larry Ennis, what a week he had, takes a screen here, pulls up from downtown and buries it. He finished with 31 in that one, and now we are tied in the 4th. And Parkside would go on a run. Diggs this time, the sweet crossover, gets the rack and lays it in. And then the exclamation mark that had all of Delmar holding their breath. The sick oop up to Gaynor, who throws it down with one of the best dunks all year long. Parkside takes it 83-71. Whew, what a game. I mean, we were sitting there talking about, you know, the Rams had kind of fallen off a little bit. Well, they seem to have found their mojo again. I mean, it was a non-conference game, I get that. But that is a tough place to play up there in Delmar, and they had to grind it out. They're starting to kind of get that swag back that they had at the start of the year, and they're really, little by little, kind of going to be able to finish this season strong, it looks like. And they're still right there at the conference title. They might have a chance to, you know, still taking down Wildcat.
They certainly are. And when you kind of get a matchup like this, you tend to kind of want to do a little bit more with some of the most popular players around here, and Diggs, Ennis, and Gaynor all on the court at once, and they did not disappoint. A great game, great environment, and overall a great win for Parkside. Talked to Diggs after, and he said they needed this one, simply put. I agree. They've been slipping here a little bit lately, and they definitely need this game. We had another exciting environment here in Salisbury on Tuesday when Wahai, 11-1, took on 10-1 Pocomoke, and the Tribe caught fire early, mostly in part to this man, Nelson Brown, knocking the 3 down. He had 23 points, Spencer.
That's a football player.
In the first half. Later,
give it to him.
Point guard, stop it. Torrey Brittingham putting his man in a spin cycle, knocking down the 3. 25 points in this game for Brittingham. Wahai up 22 at the break, but here comes Pocomoke getting back in it with defense. Dejor Mills with potentially the block of the year on Brittingham. And later in the frame, Ramir Smith hit this one from the 7-Eleven across the street.
No kidding.
The range this young man has, Pocomoke within 6, but Wahai would lean on their man, Nelson Brown, in word, strong. Game high 31 for Brown as Wahai completes the season sweep of Pocomoke, 88-76, and wow. What a statement made by Wahai. The first thing I'm going to do is give some credit to that coaching staff. Butch Waller, Doug King, Wayne Warren, what they are doing right now with an average roster to me is beyond amazing. I had my doubts about this game for Wahai, but the Indians did not. They punched Pocomoke as soon as they got off the bus, it seemed like, and the Warriors had to claw away all game long, but ultimately it was just too late for them.
Yeah, you're right about this. I mean, the game was literally won in that first half. Yep. Pocomoke, I've been getting higher and higher on this team as the week's going on. They've come up with a number of big wins, but they looked in trouble there the first half. They did settle down. I mean, after that ugly first half, they bounced back in the second half, made a game of it, but still, this was a tough, tough loss for Poco. I mean, now, realistically, they sit 2 wins back now of Waihi, since Waihi has the tiebreaker. They're in trouble. They need a little help if they're still going to get that conference title. But, you know, there's still left of the season to be played. And a big showdown happening Tuesday night when Bennett was trying to get their first signature win of the year when they hosted Washington. The Bleacher Creatures, as you would expect, out in full force in this one. And the Jags, though, would be on the attack. Deshaun Parks gets the rock down low, finishes for 2 right there. And now time winding down in third. Check out this play. Shakur Cotman pulls up, misses the J, but Jordan Duffy gets the rebound, brings it up the court, slow it down right here. Look at the clock, clearly showing zeros with the ball in his hand. Nets the floater. Ref, what you think?
Oh, yeah.
Count it. We're going to go ahead and do it right there. Bennett takes a 1-point lead into the fourth, but Washington makes a run now. They're down 12, but Montrezl Oliver misses that lay-in before Tyler Paulson puts it back in with the and one, made it a 6-point game, but the Clippers would put it away. LJ Carter gets the lay-in as Bennett wins in a NBA score of 99-89, the final right there. Not a lot of defense between those teams, but either way, a lot of exciting offense, I guess, and just simply put, a huge win for the Clippers. I mean, what a shot in the arm. They definitely needed this. I think it's a little too late in the season right now for them to realistically get back into the conference title race, but I tell you what, they still have played Parkside, Waihi, Pocomoke, had them right there. They got a chance at a lot of those guys now at the rest of the season. They could still finish the season out on a very high note. And I tell you what, with the way that they played in this game, things are looking up right now for Bennett.
Good sign for Bennett, but how long will it last? Over the past couple of days, we've been hearing some grumblings, some rumors about some eligibility issues with the Clippers, and if that is the case, then that is a shame. Shame on you. We've talked about it all year long with the roster they have. No reason, Spencer, why they should not be contending, at least contending for a Bayside title. And if you want to look at it, that's sort of how their season has gone, just kind of like that.
Yeah, they just kind of get in their own way. But you're right. We'll find out kind of next week where they are. But it's time for our first commercial break. But coming up next, it's Battle of Georgetown. Take 2. This time, the Golden Knights have the home court advantage. Highlights after the break.
This is Dustin Mills with James M. Bennett Basketball, and you are watching Delmarva Sports Insider.